Welcome to Friday Fraud Law Review. It is also Red Friday, and for those that care to, I'd like to take a little note of remembering our deployed military members who can't be at home like most of us can. So if anyone wants to share that moment with me, please do, and enjoy the video. Bye-bye now. Happy Friday and Fraud Law Review, Social Security fraud matters as reported by the Office of Inspector General. Okay, so we have a very recent February 10th, 2025 report. This is from Binghampton, New York. My uncle used to live there, Uncle, aunt, and cousins. Um, I don't think they live there now. Any of them, I don't think. Anyway, so it's a lady not much older than me. So it's kind of shameful. I'm going to say her name because she has been convicted and sentenced. So she no longer gets afforded the very important presumption of innocence until proven guilty. So I will share her name, which I wouldn't otherwise do. Her name is Loretta Washington. She's 60 years old from Binghamton, New York. So she pled guilty. She admitted that she had applied for and was receiving Social Security benefits for a mild, can I speak? Minor child as the minor child's representative payee. You all know what the representative payees are, right? Or many of you do. They go on to say, of course, explaining that a representative payee is a person or organization selected by the SSA to receive benefits on behalf of a beneficiary who is unable to manage their payments. Obviously, a child would be someone of that nature. And of course, it also sometimes applies to those with significant mental conditions that render them unable to do it reliably and safely for themselves. Or it can also be someone who's physically unable to maybe manage the bill paying. There might be less of that now because things are automated, right? We do it sometimes through our bank. It's automated. We don't actually have to do anything. But anyway, but definitely a lot of times for mentally fragile. I don't know if fragile is the right word, but with the limitations that interfere with maybe preserving the money. Sometimes they overspend it. Sometimes they just can't remember to pay the bills or remember how to pay the bills or to do it timely and they're missing bills. Sometimes if they double pay bills, that kind of thing. Anyway, in September of 2018, it looks like Broome County Department of Social Services removed the child from Ms. Washington's custody after the child, who was only 4 years old at the time, was found walking on a road in the middle of the night. Washington never reported the change in custody to the SSA, and at one point lied to the SSA, saying that the child was still in her custody. And that, guys, might be the biggest clincher of all. There, if so, yeah, I should take that back. I was going to say the lying, of course, is, but maybe the other could be a mistake. It's going to be hard to argue that you are that daft to think that when you don't have a child, you can still continue to collect the child's benefits. So the mere omission of uh, the failure to tell the SSA overtly that you no longer have the child can't necessarily, I mean, I don't think that sounds really valid that um, one could say, I didn't know, really? I mean, it's one thing if they go away for the summer to visit somebody, that's different. Anyway, the overt lying to the Social Security really clinches it, though. Can't deny that. In total, she stole over $25,000 in Social Security benefits between October of 18 and November of 2021. So that was all money that was supposed to be for that child's survival, basic needs. So obviously, if the child is in the custody of the state, and I don't know if that could mean maybe a foster family, I don't know, an orphanage. Um, when there's foster care, there's usually, I believe, a stipend to help support the child financially. So the foster families giving their time and energy and love and devotion and all that, we hope, but not necessarily going bankrupt to do it because that would make a lot of people unable to afford to have another child and properly take care of them. So I believe they get the stipend, which is really just for the basics. But if the child has Social Security benefits, perhaps from a deceased parent or a disabled parent, then those monies should have been going to her so that she could be cared for by the people who had custody of her, which was the foster family, via the state. So she got an 18-month term of imprisonment. Good. I think that's good at a minimum. She'll also serve a term of supervised release of 3 years and pay restitution to the Social Security Administration. Yeah, I'm glad to see she's actually getting 18 months in prison. Now, I always ask this, is she really going to get 18 though, even though that's a sentence, or is it going to be like 1/3 off for good behavior or something like that, which would mean she does a year? Is that enough? I'm not so sure. Maybe it should be a little bit more. I'm so mean, I know. But, what are you doing? Stealing a kid's money. Totally inappropriate. After you let the kid walk down the street in the middle of the night. Sorry. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Happy Friday.